Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to part 2 of my top 10 Jim Carrey movies. The reason this is part 2 is because for some reason on my last video my camera just cut out, and I was going to do it again, but I already put my tripod away and everything, and it was already too dark, so I had to wait till today to do it. But still, go to see that video if you haven't already, or if you just want to see a top 5 Jim Carrey movies, then just watch this because I've got 5 more left. So yeah, let's do it. Number 5 is Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Now, this is a really good comedy in my opinion. It didn't get very good critical reviews, but I still love it. I think this was the movie that really put Jim Carrey on the map, because he had a few movies before then that was like kind of alright, but this is like his first really popular movie. He was perfectly cast as Ace Ventura. It's a really good original movie. I mean, I literally can't think of any movie that's even remotely like this. The character of Ace Ventura is probably one of the greatest comedic characters of all time. And it's just a classic comedy really, so that's why it's number 5 on the list. Number 4 is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Now this is probably the most recent Jim Carrey movie that I watched, and it completely blew me away, because I heard of this movie before, but I never really seemed that interested in it, so I just like avoided it. But then eventually I heard some good things about it, and I heard what it was about, and I heard it was about like a guy like trying to erase his memory or something, so I thought, okay, it sounds interesting, so I ordered it, watched it, and wow, it is amazing. I mean, it's got such a big cast as well. And the cast here, they've got Jim Carrey, Kate Winslet, they've got great chemistry by the way, Kirsten Dunst, Mark Ruffalo, Elijah Wood, and that ain't even stop there. You've got David Cross in here, Tom Wilkinson. You've got such a big cast of talented actors. Like I said, Jim Carrey's character, like in this movie, Jim Carrey just shows how much of a comedic actor he could be, like how good he can be as a comedic actor, and how good he can be as an actor in general. He's just amazing in this movie. Kate Winslet, her character, what's her name? Oh, damn it. Clementine, that's it. I knew it was some kind of fruit or something. Clementine, Kate Winslet was really good as her. They had amazing chemistry, like, it was really well directed as well, I think. Seen inside Jim Carrey's mind, well, not actually not Jim Carrey's, but like the whole thing where he's like in the brain and all that stuff, seeing all his memories. And he wants to like stop it because he wanted to get his memory erased, because like to get back at his girlfriend so he can forget her. But then he goes through the memories, he doesn't want to do it, so he tries to hide her in different places of his memory. It's really interesting, really well done, and this is just an amazing movie. So yeah, go watch it if you haven't. Number 3 is The Truman Show. Now, I was really like conflicted with what to put higher out of Eternal Sunshine or The Truman Show, but I think I just had to put The Truman Show higher because it's just such a good stepping stone for Jim Carrey's career. I mean, he had some fantastic movies before here, but still, this was the first movie that really showed how much of a great actor he could be and how funny he can be. Like, it's the same as Eternal Sunshine, because they are quite similar. It's quite like mind-bending in some ways, but the premise in this movie is amazing. The fact that like a kid has been filmed his whole life like inside this city, he's never left that he thought was real, and everyone he encounters are just actors, and it was really great seeing him like slowly like realise that something's up, like people trying to like tell him he's getting clues and that, and he sees that his world that he thought was perfect, like it's quite repetitive and all that stuff. The acting in this is amazing. It was really well done, like kind of realistic. I mean, if I had to say one thing I didn't like, it would probably be like the premise itself. Actually, is that like I don't think the government or whatever would allow this, 'cause it's kind of like a human experiment. So I don't think they'd allow that. But it's kind of a nitpick really. But besides that, I can't find anything in this movie I didn't like. Just go see this movie if you haven't already. It's amazing. Go watch Truman Show. Number 2 is Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. Now, I love the original Ace Ventura, but I do like this a bit more. And this didn't get very good critical reviews either, but I don't know why really. I think this has some really funny sketches in it. I love that it's based in Africa, because I really like give him like a good advantage for Ace Ventura to like, because he's like loves animals and all that stuff, and Africa's full of animals, so it's really like great for him to do that. What else? Jim Carrey was still great as Ace Ventura. I love the whole thing with the tribes, the 2 different tribes. Seeing him interact with them, that's really funny. There's some really funny sketches in here. It's quite quotable, there's some memorable characters, and I was just thoroughly entertained by this whole movie. And I do hope they make a third one with Jim Carrey, because like, they made a Dumb and Dumber 2, so why not make a third part to the to Ace Ventura and then just make it a trilogy. So yeah, I really hope they do that. And this is probably my most nostalgic Jim Carrey movie as well, so I think that's partly right, it's number 2. So yeah, I just really love When Nature Calls. Yeah. Number 1. Now, what else could it be? It just had to be Dumb and Dumber. Now, I really love this movie. I mean, like, 1994 was really Jim Carrey's year for movies. I mean, he came out with Ace Ventura, then Dumb and Dumber, then The Mask, all in 1 year. 3 of his most popular movies, all in 1 year. I mean, so yeah, you got to give him like thingy for that. And I think I like the story behind this movie as well. It's kind of had like a Rocky Star Wars thing with the writer sent the script to a bunch of companies, but no one wanted it. Everyone said it was crap. Then they sent it to New Line Cinema, I think, and they thought the script was hilarious, so they put it into production. And Jeff Daniels almost wasn't playing Harry because everyone told him not to, because they said that Jim Carrey would outshine him, but he did, and I think they were both equally funny. This movie is probably one of the most quotable movies of all time. I can quote this film front to back. I think the movie did a great job of getting 2 characters that are that stupid and, let's face it, perverse. I mean, if you listen to some things they say, and you see Lloyd's dream scene, it gets a bit iffy in some places, but for some reason they still made it, so they're still really funny characters, and you're rooting for them at the end. And also, this is just a fun fact, this movie was almost called A Screwdriver's Not a Toy. For some reason, I thought that was a really stupid title, so I'm glad they changed it. And I just really love this movie. Probably one of the greatest comedy movies of all time. Actually, and the funny thing is, the scene that I quote the most is a scene that's not even in the movie. It's a deleted scene. And if you see at the beginning of the campfire scene, you see Lloyd drinking soup out somewhere, but then a few seconds later it's gone, because that was a scene where they got some tomato ketchup and they just were eating that, and that was pretty funny. I'm not going to quote it or wrote, but if you go on YouTube or whatever, it's probably on there. That's probably one of my favourite scenes in the movie, and it's not even in there, so I don't know why. I'm quite disappointed in that. But yeah, that's a pretty funny scene. Just look up Dumb and Dumber deleted scenes, you'll probably find that. And this is just a really, really funny movie. Some great characters, some really memorable moments, one of the most quotable movies of all time, and it's just had to be the best Jim Carrey movie, so that's my #1 favourite. So yeah, thanks for watching my top 10 or top 5 Jim Carrey movies. Make sure to watch all my other videos, tell me what your favourite Jim Carrey movies are, and I'll see you next time, guys. So see ya.